Natasha, and for Bhutan, I have the captain Anju. And yes, we also have the match referee with us, Miss Shivani Mishra from Qatar. Now, I request the captain of Hong Kong, Natasha, to please flip the coin in the air. Heads. So, who's won the toss? Over. So, Natasha wins the toss. What are you going to do and why?
We're going to have a bat first. It's quite a nice wicket, it looks. Weather conditions in favour, and I think we back ourselves to put a nice score on the board and defend that.
How is the team shaping up for this big match right now?
I think we're ready to go. You know, we've had a home series recently just before we came out here. And we had a couple of series earlier this year. I think everyone's sort of falling into place, and I think we've got a good side here that can sort of take on any team we come across.
Just curious, if deciding to bat first, what is the total in your mind?
I'm going to keep that one to myself.
She's not going to share that. Thank you so much. Anju, please step forward. Were you also looking to bat first, or you're okay bowling first now?
We thought of bowling first, which we got it, so we're okay with that.
Well, what is the game plan, especially when you're going against the team of Hong Kong?
Game plan is simple, just to keep the ball line and length, because it seems like it will favor to the pace more.
All right, so you're happy bowling. All right, both of them get what they want. Thank you so much. News from the center. Hong Kong has won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
Good afternoon and welcome to our second game here at the KTJ Oval on match day number 1 of the ACC Women's Premier Cup in Malaysia. Hong Kong are taking on Bhutan, and at the toss, Dipesh was with the two captains. Let's find out what happened. On match day number 1 of the ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. My name is Dennis Musali, and I'm with Dipesh, who was out with the two captains in the middle. Dipesh, your thoughts when you had a chat with the two captains? What did they make of this particular game?
Well, there you can see firstly the Bhutan team getting inside and taking the charge of the ground. Both of them honestly look very confident. I think both of them got what they want, because Bhutan captain Anju said that she was always looking to bowl first, and after winning the toss it was Hong Kong captain Natasha Miles who said that she wants to bat first. So I think both are happy today.
Yeah, Natasha Miles leads from the front for Hong Kong. She walks out in the middle to open the batting with Mariko Hill. And trust me, I'll tell you, Dipesh, that this is the engine room for Hong Kong. They have two strong batters who open the batting for them. And a lot of their runs come from these two batters. So it's going to be interesting to see how many Hong Kong China can be able to post on the board. For Bhutan, they just need to make sure that they're tidy enough and don't let Hong Kong put on a very big total that could challenge them in the second innings. For Bhutan, this is a strong test for them. When you spoke to the captain, what was her thoughts in terms of how they are going to approach this particular game?
Well, it's the intent was very clear to take it as a challenge, and once you are out there in the field, just telling the girls what to do their best and just go out there and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, should be interesting. New ball in hand with Ritish Koden for Bhutan, and she'll be bowling to the captain of Hong Kong China, Natasha Miles. First ball coming up, and here we go in the second game. Here we go with the first ball here to Natasha Miles from British. First ball on the money and kept out by Natasha Miles. Some awkward bounce, but comfortably kicked it out. Your approach in a game where you feel that Hong Kong should be putting away everything that Bhutan throws at you. But as a batting team, you have to be very, very careful. It could also go very, very badly for you as well. He kept out, just get the one run and runs on board immediately for Hong Kong China off the wheel of the captain.
Well, yes, just placing the bat and getting off the mark. I think the initial understanding will be to just settle down themselves, and probably when the right time comes, then start hitting the ball left, right, center.
Natasha Miles as well, very, very experienced. Like I mentioned, this is the engine room for Hong Kong China, because a lot of their runs come from these two batters. In good areas from Ritish, just to keep it nice and easy, nice and tidy. Dipesh, what do you think would be the plan? What are the good areas to bowl for Bhutan, just to make sure that inside this power play, Hong Kong doesn't fetch so many runs?
But to be very honest, the way Richie has started, looks very confident. She's bowling, at the right areas, not trying to give any room for the batter to get a little bit relaxed as well. Look at that again, good bounce. It's coming at a very good length, so it's a good start from Richie.
Yeah, the field set also very, very good here for Bhutan. Just made sure have two fielders outside the circle since we're inside the power play. Fine leg and third man. Everyone else inside the ring. Again, straight to the fielder from Mariko Hill. Just trying to run the ball down to third man, but finds the waiting hands of the fielder at fly gully.
It almost looked like Richie is saying to herself that be careful, because she's bowling on very good areas on the pitch. That is not giving the batter that initial momentum to just go and blast on the ball.
Dead ball, so she'll have to do it again. It's the final ball of the over, so has to come strong. They always tell you that the first and the last ball have to be your best. So not to make it a big over, she has to make sure that she gets this one in the right area as well. Comes down well on the ball there, Mariko Hill. Very good over to start off things for Bhutan. After the first over, Hong Kong China is 1 for no loss. Taking the ball from the rugby pitch end will be the captain, Anju Kurung, for Bhutan. Captain was out in the middle and made was asked to bowl first. It wasn't her decision because she didn't win the toss. But it will be captain to captain, and she'll be bowling to Natasha Miles for Hong Kong China.
It almost looked like Richie is saying to herself that be careful, because she's bowling on very good areas on the pitch. That is not giving the batter that initial momentum to just go and blast on the ball.
Very nice uniform here. Bright colors from Bhutan. Their uniform, the yellow and orange, look very, very amazing out there on the park.
This one will be a good contest, captain to captain. Here comes Anju.
Right on the money from Anju as well. Left arm medium pace. I'm wondering if she has one that comes back into the right hander, or she's just going to bowl across the right hander.
I think Natasha and Mariko are taking their own time, and which is fair. I think we've seen many times a batter, don't want to hurry.
Again into Mariko Hills. There was some shape on that ball, but kept out by Natasha Miles. So good areas so far that are being bowled by Bhutan. I think the plan for them will just be to be consistent in those areas and let Hong Kong, China come at them.
Yeah, I mean that's the right thing that you said, Dennis.
Again, wides indicated.
Probably trying to go that extra bit of pace and missing the line completely. And generally, we've seen bowlers doing this mistake. When they are bowling that line just outside the off stump, probably many a times bowlers try to find Yorkers early in the innings, and that is where they miss the line, like what happened in the previous ball.
Again, kept out straight to the fielders. For now, you say Bhutan have the perfect field set because every time the ball is hit, it's going to someone. You want to keep it that way.
Well, I think Anju doing the right thing, switching again to bowling on those 3 sticks, not giving any room. Though it is an over pitch delivery, she's got the field rightly set.
Again, goes across the line. There will be some chasing to do, but the ball will win the chase and goes all the way to the boundary. The first boundary for Hong Kong, China.
Well, yes, this time targeting the onside, the ball pitching on to the middle stump. A little bit of movement and she goes with the flow. Lovely shot and a boundary.
Yeah, some very good shape on that ball there from Anju, and I think because Natasha Miles had to take a risk by playing across the line. I think she will be, happy with herself that if she continues probing in those areas, one of them can go through the gate. Kept out by Natasha Miles. Boundary not complemented by the 1 run. Good stuff so far from Anju, the captain of Bhutan.
Well, again, this time a little bit more straighter onto the off stump, just outside the off stump. And Natasha with that perfect feet movement coming on the ball.
Oh, that stayed a bit low. Nearly surprised, and you can see the smile there on Anju's face. Nearly surprised Natasha Miles, but she keeps it out.
Well, it got a smile to everyone's face because the ball suddenly dipping low, and this is the most grey area for any batter to bat in this, these kind of volatile, you can say, scenarios.
After 2 overs, Hong Kong, China 6 for no loss. British will continue from the road end for Bhutan. Charging the bowler, gets enough bat on it from Mariko Hill, and that will split the two fielders and races away to the boundary, putting the hammer down. Hong Kong China want to get this run scoring going.
Well, look at that fearless connector from Mariko Hill. Just comes couple of steps outside the crease and just smashes that really hard for a boundary.
Yeah, but no changes in the field there from Bhutan. I think they are sure that as long as they can be consistent in those areas, they'll get rewarded. And this time on the pads, and then just worked away down to fine leg. Just the one run.
And even if you see, Dennis, the fine leg is very much finer. I mean, that is not the ideal position where you have the fine leg. Fine leg generally is a little wider, but this time it is more finer, so that only allows the batters to take a single.
Yeah, Hong Kong China, their two batters now starting to break the shackles. Good areas there from Richie. I think she's been persistent in that corridor of uncertainty.
See, and these are the moments it will be tested, especially for Bhutan, that how well are you going to bowl and what are the areas that you choose to bowl. You know, till now we've seen that balance on both the side. Even Hong Kong China batters Natasha and Mariko are trying to go out of the box to play certain shots, but then again, bowling, if you talk, did that had some wood on it?
Yeah, now false shot there from Natasha Miles, just trying to get going. I think sometimes it's just sort of got to her head and she thought of going across the line.
Oh, it's a very good delivery, and that is the area of the bowlers, just outside that off-stump line. Wonderful bowling. It's not the first time I'm watching this, but you know, even in the previous over, she was missing the run-up, and it's happening quite frequently now.
Again, on the pass this time, no ball is called, and I think that's why Richie was trying to sort out her run-up. Now she's ended up overstepping, and there will be a free hit on offer from Natasha Miles.
Well, this is something that they will have to avoid. They've bowled well till now. I think just to keep the run rate at 4.12, it's a good thing when you are starting off the innings as well. But it's just again how consistent you are.
I think the cheap cost for me would be going back. It's a very, very expensive for you to bowl a no ball in a T20. The free hit is punished by Natasha Miles, and that will be one bounce into the rope. 4 runs from the umpire.
A lovely swing of the bat, as if she had premeditated that one in her mind, and just few inches away from that boundary. Lovely shot and good use of the free hit.
That's why I told you a free hit is very, very expensive in a T20. You'd rather go back and just try and sort out the run-up. And very well played, soft hands. They have to run through quickly. The run-out opportunity was on, but Mariko Hill makes ground. Quick single between the two to finish the third over. 17 for no loss, Hong Kong China. Yeah, Bhutan captain Anju will continue from the rugby pitch end. Like the approach from Bhutan so far, they haven't just allowed Hong Kong China to boss them around. Hong Kong China will have to work for their runs.
Well, yes, nothing is going to come easy, especially the way Bhutan has started. Anju again, the captain, ready to bowl. The captain, Natasha.
Had run a long way down the ground. Mariko Hill. You can see their hands on her head there, Anju. I don't know why Mariko Hill was so way down the ground.
Well, I think the way Anju is bowling, it's almost like, asking questions again and again. This time again, good lane delivery, right onto the mark, and straight it went to the fielder, where Mariko wanted to go for a run, but it was always going to be a danger end for Natasha, and she sent Mariko back to the non-striker's end.
Very good stuff. Finds the gap. Natasha Miles, the captain. That ball has some wheels on it, and to race away to the boundary.
Well, that's again a lovely shot, finding the gap. Catching was the call for some time, but it was perfectly placed in the gap. That is where she is very good at, especially getting runs, not in a hurry. And you talk about the intent today. From the time she's come, she's taken her own time, but she's also gone in and hit some good boundaries. That is where the only intent would be that we have to stay long, we have to play a long innings.
Full ball, but this time straight to the fielder. That's a good fielding change from Bhutan. The previous over, they had that fielder in the coverage on where the boundary has passed. When they removed them and put them in mid-wicket, being able to stop what could have been another boundary.
Well, yes, some good decisions being taken by Anju on the field. No doubt about that.
Very well bowled, and a very good comeback there from Anju, the captain. Went for a boundary, but she's made sure that she comes back and keeps things tidy. Depeche, I don't know what you think about bowling captains. Captain opens the bowling.
It's a very, not a very common scenario that we've seen, that captains are opening bowlers as well.
Down the leg side.
That is a big appeal.
Yeah, down the leg side, but nothing given by umpire. I think it touched something. I think Natasha is a bit surprised that wasn't given as a wide.
Well, yes, I think we all heard something. And this is what is the good part about Anju. She's just completely focused on those 3 sticks that she's bowling again and again. One of the line that she feels that should be bowling on the leg stump, but then again a quick single to end the over of Anju. It will be 22 runs.
Bowling change for Bhutan. The first one, Sonam will come on to replace Ritchie from the road end. I think another medium pacer. I don't know how many spinners they have in this Bhutan team, but we saw how spin was very effective for Nepal in the first game. So maybe they could be thinking of slowing it down. Two more overs left before the end of the power play.
Well, yes, we will have to see how the bowling ends are going to be. Till now, we've seen the medium pacers, and now we see Sonam coming out with number 7 jersey.
straight to the fielder there from Natasha Miles. And probably they want to first have a look at what Sonam is doing before they can think of trying to be aggressive against her. Sprayed down the on the offside, and that goes through the hands of the keeper and straight to the boundary. Cardinal seen there by a wicket keeper. Your only job is to help the bowler, but that ball goes through her hands and all the way to the boundary. Gift there from Bhutan.
Well, it was way too wide and missed by everyone. In fact, 5 runs on that delivery, that counts a lot, especially when you are going to open the run gates like this.
Yeah, so now
the keeper, I think, should have got the better of it.
Yeah, exactly, the keeper should have done better. Considering the third man and fine leg also very wide, there was no chance for them to try and even cut off the ball. You can't even see them there in your image, meaning they're so wide. Not anywhere close to where the keeper is. And soft hands just runs the ball down straight to third man. Again, no pressure whatsoever on Hong Kong China because already 6 runs from 1 ball.
Well, yes, if we would have thought that, it will be an interesting power play for Hong Kong China, I think they've gone stable. A run rate of 6.46 that they've got till now. But yes, I mean, they would like to take the advantage of the remaining power play and probably try to hit the ball into the gaps. I think Natasha has done that very well, to hit the ball in the gaps. Even Mariko, of couple of instances that we've seen that she's stepped out of the crease and trying to go for a big one. So it will have to continue for yet another over of power play.
Yeah, I told you, Dipesh, that this is the engine room for Hong Kong China. So the longer these two bat, the more runs Hong Kong China will be able to score. Comes down well on the ball, but straight to the fielder. There's good pace in the ball. If she's just able to find it through the gap, I think it will race away to the boundary.
Well, I think morning it was a little sunny, but now if you see, there is a nice cool breeze that is also flowing, which is also helping a little bit of movement. I'm not saying too much movement that you think that the ball is swinging a lot. No, it's not that. But a little bit movement in the air is actually helping the bowlers.
Yeah, over the infield, it goes big. Mariko Hill chases on, but the ball won't travel all the way to the boundary. So they will only get a double. Already, this is proving to be a big over for Hong Kong China.
I think it was lofted in the air. For a moment, it looked like there is a good chance, but it's good to see both of them again trying to clear that 30-yard circle.
Tries to go drag that onto the offside. They'll get the 1 run. The throw takes out the stumps, but Mariko Hill was safely the other side. 5 overs gone, 31 for no loss, Hong Kong China. Another bowling change for Bhutan. Sering Zhang Mo comes into the attack from the rugby pitch end. Steady start here from Hong Kong, China. 31 for no loss after 5 overs. But the majority of those runs have been scored after over number 2. First 2 overs are very, very tidy from Bhutan. I think they gave away just 6 runs. But Hong Kong, China starting to grow into the game, led by the captain, Natasha Miles. Sering Zhang Mo into the attack, the spinner. Very good start there from Sering. Good decision to bring on a spinner to just slow things down here from Bhutan.
Well, yes, a little surprise to Mariko as she was waiting for the umpires to go ahead and give it a white ball, but Sering, oh, lovely. That sudden bounce after the ball pitches. Yes, it is wide of the off stump, and that is where she's wanting to get some room to herself and trying to hit that squarer to the wicket.
I think this time it would have been given a wide if she had let the ball go. Again, the backup missing. Game awareness here from Bhutan, very poor. That should have been no run whatsoever.
I think as a fielder, you are allowed to throw that on the stumps and take your chances, but where is the backup? You need to have a backup.
I think in the moment, everyone had switched on. Realizing that there's no run opportunity, so everyone had sort of switched on. Just expected the ball to go around. It's the final over of the power play for Hong Kong, China. And tries to go across the line. They run through for a quick single. Again, another run given away where there shouldn't have been any.
Well, I think this is the second time in Shering's over that this is been witnessed. First that overthrow which was not required, then this misfield. And if you want to keep the bowler motivated, you got to stop all this.
Yeah,
reverse sweep once again. Where is the throw going?
Yeah, very, very cheeky there from Mariko Hill. Straight to the fielder. I don't know why they took the single, but there was a bit of risk in that. And that will conclude the over. And end of the power play as well. 34 for no loss after 6 overs. And see there, Mariko Hill on her haunches, just trying to signal and asking the umpire if she can take some water. It's very humid weather, so a lot of work to do for the batters, especially if you're going to be running shuttles.
It's very important to keep yourself hydrated. That's okay. Right now, I think Bhutan has done very well in the power play overs. We talk about 6 overs, 34 runs, and the run rate is just 5.67. So I think good work by the bowlers, especially the previous over, where they introduced a spin with Sering Zhang Mo.
Another bowling change. Ria comes into the attack from the road end. Another slow bowling option for Bhutan. Very good stuff there from Ria. First up. Goes back in her crease there. Mariko Hill trying to give herself room. Ball too close for her to cut.
Well, spin bowling has worked on this wicket. We've seen that in the previous match also, Dennis. And this is the right move by Anju to get those spinners doing some bowling in the center. Look at that once again, straight.
Yeah, a bit of frustration there from Mariko Hill. You can say I think she's frustrated. She thinks she should have phoned the fielder. Should have phoned the gap, not the fielder.
I think if you've seen that partnership being there for quite some time now, it's been, the whole phase of power play overs that has gone by. But the bowlers have not really given the batters that, chances to go to all the parts of the ground. I mean, in the previous match that we've seen, the batters, we saw them hitting the ball and clearing the 30-yard circle with ease. But something that has not happened in this game till now.
Yeah, good Mariko Hill there using her feet. Again, touch and go because the single was very, very tight. Very good plan here from Bhutan. They just kept things nice and easy. They're not trying to experiment on anything. It's ball in the good areas. Get your six balls in and go.
Well, rightly said there. Not trying to experiment anything here.
Just the one run. The spread field, that would just be the one run, the single. I think Bhutan just doing the right things and staying in the contest. They're not allowing Hong Kong, China to blow them away.
But to be very honest, it's too early to say this because, yes, not taking the credit away from the bowlers of Bhutan. No doubt they've done some good work and this time finds the gap.
Yeah, very good shot there from Mariko Hill. This time she finds the gap. Dragged that one up from the offside and all the way on the leg side. She knew where the gap is. She's able to pick it up beautifully. Long time coming, that boundary. There haven't been so many in this particular game. 40 for no loss after 7 overs. Sering Zangmo will continue from the rugby pitch end. First over, didn't go for so many runs. Now the pressure is on her to just try and make sure she makes up for some of the runs that scored in the previous over.
Well, yes, this is going to be an interesting over to watch purely because Sering looks very promising in the previous over that she bowled.
Go across the line there, Mariko Hill. That's Natasha Miles on strike, not Mariko Hill. Very good stuff here from Bhutan. They've made sure they have boundary riders all over the place. Again, chance, but past the fielder. That's what I was mentioning. They have enough fielders to give protection to the bowlers.
Well, I think they're hunting for a wicket at this point in time. Couple of those chances which were close if those runouts would have come in. One of the chances where a direct hit was required.
Tries to go big. Mariko Hill just get one run. Looks like she wants to find a big shot. Sort of high risk, but the reward is also not very high.
Well, that is what I'm saying, that, both these batters are so good timers of the ball, but somewhere, the right areas in which the bowling is getting done, it is not making that easy for these batters to just go over the top.
And very well played there by Sering. Not so sure what Anju was trying to do because we're done with the power play, so she can have at least 4 fielders out of the circle.
Right.
She's only deployed 3. A chance. The simplest of catches for the keeper. Sering will celebrate because Bhutan have gotten rid of the captain Natasha Miles, and Hong Kong China lose their first wicket.
She wanted to stay behind the keeper, wanted to scoop it, but that top edge comes to a surprise, and keeper making no mistake, an easy catch for her, and the first wicket for Hong Kong China. The captain Natasha Miles depart.
Yeah, Hong Kong China losing their captain Natasha Miles, and the new batter for Hong Kong China is Yasmin Daswani. It's been a lot of work to do there for Mariko Hill. You can see she was already down, trying to make sure she can take in as much juice as possible. Good partnership answering with the breakthrough for Bhutan. I think Natasha wasn't sure where that ball was. You can see she tried to even take a single. If the keeper dropped it, there was even a run-out opportunity.
Well, it is when you are, there for a long period of time on the wicket and you still are struggling in terms of not timing the ball well, but struggling in terms of not going for big shots. That is your natural game. Your natural game is to go for boundaries, to go for sixes. But then again, patience is the key, and that is where a little hurry there got the wicket for Bhutan.
Oh, very good start there from Sering. Completely missed there by Yasmin. But also, that will also be the end of the 8th over. 42 for 1, Hong Kong, China. Second game here at the KTJ Oval, match day number 1 of the ACC Women's Premier Cup in Malaysia. Changing the bowling, Sonam comes back into the attack. We're only able to see just the one over from Ria. The captain now going back to Sonam.
Well, yes, again wanting some medium pace to be effective on this wicket.
Yeah, off the pads. Very well timed there by Mariko Hill. I think she will be disappointed. Sometimes those balls pads, if you're able to get some goodwill on them, they can race away to the boundary. So Mariko probably disappointed. She's 16 of 20 balls.
I think for Hong Kong, China, right now it really doesn't matter because the intent will be to score at least 120, 130 from here on. So even if you get those runs on the board, it's a good total on this particular wicket.
Yeah, very well kept out there by Yasmin. Eager to get on the other end there, Mariko Hill. So she has to be very, very careful. We saw some good fielding in the morning game doing wonders for Nepal.
Yasmin Daswani, even she's taking some time for understanding how this wicket is behaving. That's a no ball given by the umpire.
Yeah, no ball indicated there. Sonam committing the cardinal sin. So what happened to the previous no ball that had been bowled by Richie? No balls very, very bad in T20 because it's sort of like a free hit.
And it also takes out the fear for any batter to just go for a big shot. I mean, you're not going to get out anyways on a free hit, so might as well try your luck.
Doesn't connect with it. Yasmin went so deep in her crease just to try and connect with the ball.
I think it was much fuller in line, and she wanted to just shuffle and distract the bowler while she's on her run up. But that didn't happen because Sonam, again, very clever to pitch it more fuller in the line.
And very well ball there by Sonam in the block hole, but hit straight to the fielder. There's no cover. There's no cover at extra cover. If you're able to just get the ball past those fielders in the inner ring, you should get a boundary.
I think it's a very brave fielding setup. You don't even see a square leg, you don't even see a deep square leg or a mid wicket. You have a deep mid wicket and then you have a long on.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that they just need to. I don't know why they have a third man and a fine leg at the boundary when you're bowling that medium pace. I think the protection has to be in front of the bat, not behind the bat.
Must be some game plan in the mind to bowl a bouncer.
Something they know that we don't. And Yasmin yet to get off the mark. It's a challenge now. The pressure will be on Mariko Hill to take responsibility of the run scoring. 9 overs gone, 44 for 1, Hong Kong, China. Sering, the only bowler to pick up a wicket in this game, will come back and bowl from the rugby end. It's KTJ Oval, very close to a university, so there's a nice rugby pitch on that end. Goes big, Mariko Hill, a chance for the catch. Oh, the fielder came in very, very quickly and completely misjudged the ball, and that goes all the way to the boundary.
Well, I would say all the hard work goes in vain when you are missing catches like this. There was no need for the fielder to take that start so fast. Completely misjudged. And I could feel for sharing Zhang Mo. She's been working hard from quite a bit of time now.
Yeah, I don't know if the fielder was distracted by the extra players who are trying to give us some water. Yeah, because she completely misjudged the ball and came in running very quickly. And the captain, Anju, not shy to ring the changes immediately. She's been taken out and someone else has been put in that position.
No, I mean from right from the first over that Shering Zhangmo has come out to bowl. I remember during her first over in that spell, there were a couple of run-out chances, and that one overthrow happened. After that, misfield happened. So all these things again. Now the catch has been dropped. So when you have a very good spinner with you, you cannot be missing so many chances.
Yeah, Yasmin backs away and finally she'll get off the mark. Straight to the captain, Anju. Very, very good points there from Dipesh that you make. Those small details is what makes a difference between very good teams and just good teams. You need to take care of that 1%. Very, very good stuff there. Imagine that Suring had taken that wicket. They would have taken out Mariko Hill, who's a set batter, and they'll have to deal with completely a new set of batters.
And she's almost glued the batters, not trying to give any room. This is a big appeal, and finally she gets what she deserves.
Yeah, this time Suring will not need the rest of her teammates to help her because she gets the job done herself. Gets a big wicket of Mariko Hill, and the set batter will have to depart for Hong Kong, China. 21 from 24 for Mariko Hill.
In fact, both the opening batters were sent back by Shering Zhangmo. Lovely bowling there. And it's going to be the
halfway stage. Now it's time for the drinks. And Hong Kong, China are 50 for 2 at the drinks break halfway stage. Hong Kong China 50 for 2, and the new batter for them is Kai Chan Kai-ying is the new batter for Hong Kong China. Now 2 new batters that Bhutan have to deal with. Dipesh, how do they manage this second half of the first innings?
Well, I think they've got 50 on the board till now, and now these 10 overs, see, they still have wickets, so it's just that they've lost a couple of wickets, but now it's a big responsibility for the batters who are going to come in. They need to be really scoring runs, and that's how they need to score. A lovely cover drive, opening full phase of the bat, a nice connection, and that will go for a boundary.
Here finds the gap there beautifully. Yasmin overpitched from Sonam, and that's given the treatment. We'll just talk about that field set. I think there's something missing. If you're going to bowl in that channel, you need some cover, especially an extra cover fielder. Hong Kong China will need to find a way. I think 50 is not where they expected to be when they won the toss and decided to bat first at the halfway stage.
Well, yes, 54 for 2 now.
Again, very well played. Good comeback from Sonam. This time just holds her length back a little bit.
For some reason, I think the bowlers have been very impressive. Even if you got hit for a boundary, they know how to come back on the very next ball. And that is what wonderful bowlers or wonderful players, they immediately switch on, switch off, whatever is required at that particular moment, and that's a very good skill to have.
Yeah, overpitched again, but this time it will be straight to the fielder. I think from my observation, Yasmin very, very strong on balls that are pitched up, but she's not strong square of the wicket. So if you can also make that adjustment as a bowler and just sort of keep that in the back of your mind every time you're bowling to her.
But again, here the left hand, right hand batting combination, as we are going to see, it will be challenging for the bowlers.
Got a big legend of the game in Hong Kong cricket. Chan Kai-ying comes out to bat. A lot of experience. Be interesting to see how they work out this left and right combination. Goes across the line. Nothing given there by the umpire. But a confident appeal from Sonam.
Well, yes, it was a very long appeal.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you're coming from right arm over the wickets to a left-hander, it's very difficult for you to get the decision. Again, thought about the run, but straight to the fielder. A bit of a surprise. The gap is the big gap there in mid-wicket, but Chan Kai-ying working the ball straight to the field at square leg. A lot of protection for Sonam on the offside.
Well, I think Chan Kai-ying will take her own time, but she's a wonderful hitter of the ball. Oh, even lovely.
Yeah, very beautiful stuff there from Sonam to finish that over. Went for a boundary, but she's come back beautifully. Just made sure that she finishes the over in a strong manner. 11 overs gone, 55 for 2. Hong Kong China. Yeah, the sun finally sneaking out of the clouds. It's probably starting to bake the wicket here at the KTJ Oval. The very impressive Shering will bowl a final over from the rugby pitch end. I think Shering so far has been the standout bowler. 2 big wickets for her.
This is a good chance by the captain to take Anju. She knows that Shering is the key bowler and she has given results. So probably in the last over of a spell, they're looking for one more breakthrough.
Very, very good use of the feet there from Yasmin. Some work to do by the captain. Does a clean pick up and throw.
It's very well thought out also, and good one into the gap. But Anju was very fast to get hold of it. Otherwise, on the bowling of Shering Zangmo, we have seen a lot of the loose ends now finally getting tightened by captain leading from a good fielding example.
Yeah, the captain leading from the front, and this is a good matchup setting against the lefty Chan Kahing. Very well played. Beats the infield. So much work to do for the fielders, but she's not able to keep it in, and that will go all the way to the boundary. That should make the highlights package today.
That is a wonderful hit. Just come on to that front foot, open the blade of the bat, and just placing that for a class mid-ass touch.
Yeah, Shering now opting just to change the angle. Wants to come straight on down to Chan Kahing. Very good areas. This time they will pick off for a single. A lot of experience there from Chan Kahing.
Chan Kahing is not just focusing on boundaries at the moment. Wherever given a chance, she's also stealing those singles, putting the fielders in some pressure. So it's not about only boundaries or only for those big shots. It's the balance with which you bat out there in the center for a long innings. And I think it's a decent score, even if you continue with the same run rate for another 3-4 overs. I think the last 5-6 overs, the batters will go out there and just enjoy themselves.
Again, good use of the field there from Yasmin. But very, very solid work from the fielder. Sanji Yangzom with the fielding. She's been very, very solid in that cover region. But after 12 overs, Hong Kong China are 61 for 2. Yeah, that bowling change for Hong Kong China. Bowling change for Bhutan, not Hong Kong China. The captain will take the ball, Anju herself. This time she's going to bowl from the road end. Started that spell from the rugby pitch end. I think she's fancying her chances against a fellow lefty.
Well, yes, Anju doing the right thing, coming back to the attack. You need wickets here. Otherwise, if this partnership works, it will create wonders for Hong Kong China. And you want someone to just break this as soon as possible. Wonderful figures from Shering Zangmo. 2 wickets, 17 runs, and the end of 4 overs for her.
Oh, what a placement. Very, very good shot there from Chan Kahing. Off the first ball, just make sure she's able to caress it through the covers to the boundary.
Slices this down wonderfully, gives herself some room, and just slices that one towards the squarer of the wicket. This is fabulous batting from Chan Kahing. And this is what you require. You don't need boundaries and sixes right from ball one. But if you can capitalize on a good looking score further, oh, this is beauty.
A very good comeback from the captain Anju. Is able to get it in the good area. Corridor of uncertainty. Fit nowhere from Chan Kahing. I'm just wondering why the team is persistent and playing without an extra cover. Because the two boundaries Chan Kahing has gotten, if there was an extra cover, could have been less. Do you reckon it's the team plan? Again, goes across the line and completely missed there by Chan Kahing.
It's almost like throwing a challenge after that boundary, isn't it?
Like as if playing on her mind.
This is a good contest to watch then, Anju and Chan Kahing.
Let's see who's going to win this contest. Lefty on lefty. And very well played. Lots of experience in that show there from Chan Kahing. Can see she knew what she wanted to do, just get that gap at mid wicket and get off strike.
This is what is special with good batters, you know. If they have come in with some responsibility on their shoulders, it's not that they will just throw it away from the ball one, but they will also take singles. If the times are difficult, they will just try to keep it low, and they do not want to play any risky shots, and that is what Chan Kahing has done. Even Yasmin, after a point of time, she's going slow because there is one odd boundary that is coming almost in that every over. So why to hurry?
Yeah, kept out there from Yasmin. Very good shift here from the captain Anju. Despite going for a boundary, just giving away there's 5 overs in this over. 5 runs in this over. Again, well, good work there from the keeper, but they will still get the 1 run. Good backup there from Chan Kahing from the other end, just to make sure they come through for a single. And after 13 overs, the score is 67 for 2 for Hong Kong, China. After an extended, very good spell there from Shering Zhangmo from the rugby pitch end, there will be some changes. Changing the bowling for Bhutan. The leg spin of Dichan Wangmo comes into the attack. I'm wondering if Dichan Wangmo and Shering Zhangmo have a relation. Tossed up in the air, but straight Anju nearly went the other way. She was following the spin, but the ball was coming back to her.
So now this is going to be an interesting move. You've got a leg spinner, just to again break that momentum. But if you are going to bowl full tosses like this, I don't think so.
Yeah, big shot there from Yasmin. Good use of her feet. Gets to the pitch of that full toss, and she hits it straight over the bowler's head. There are never any fielders anywhere in the world in that position.
Well, it came very easy onto the batter, as if it was manufactured for Yasmin.
Yeah, the ball just trickling into the rugby pitch, so it the fielder will not be able to retrieve it, so there might be a change in the ball. Maybe they will send some such party to go and find that one. Yeah, but Cardinals in there from Dichan. Nice, juicy full toss. Met well on the full toss there from Yasmin and goes away to the boundary.
Yeah, I mean, as a leg spinner, you have to be really focusing on the line that you're going to bowl, because the ball has to continuously make movements, surprise the batters with the spin. I remember Shane Warne used to do that. He used to trick the batters so well. But that consistency used to be there. Full tosses are not going to help, especially when you're not having a long off. You're having a mid off, but you're having a long on which is a little bit wider. And your full toss comes straight onto the bat, and that will race away easily. 71 for 2, the 14th over in progress.
Again on the leg side, Yasmin, there's protection down that side. In the wrong area so far from Dichan.
Again, shorter of the length. See, these deliveries can make the batsman's life more easy. Short of the length are one favorites of any batters. So they need to avoid bowling those. Especially Dicheng is, she's such a fantastic bowler. She should just focus on right areas to bowl.
Another full toss. Chan Kaheng will find the gap. Second boundary in this over. Another full toss that's punished to the boundary.
If you're not going to be pitching it, it will be pitched out from Chan Kaheng's bat. You do not want to give these chances. These are very easy pickings for both the batters. In the earlier ball, you've seen Yasmin doing that, and now you saw Chan Kaheng doing that. One more full toss ball that is hit straight down the ground, but this time you have the fielder there to the rescue.
Yeah, the full tosses there are not helping matters from Dichan. Like sometimes in the game, this is what happens, that those bowling changes after starting so well, the bowling changes can really spoil the rhythm of the game. Sets herself well. Yasmin should get the 1 run. Very, very good over for Hong Kong, China. They get as many as 11 runs from it. There will be an end of the 14th over, 78 for 2. Yasmin Daswani with a change of gloves there. This partnership starting to develop very, very nicely. The first wicket partnership between the captain Natasha Miles and Mariko Hill was 42 runs. Now Chan Kaheng and Yasmin are playing a very good hand for their team. And Dipesh, like you mentioned, if you hang in there as long as possible, you get rewarded at the back end.
Because for a long time you've been there in the middle, and you kind of get better with every over that goes by. Till now you haven't seen a very big escalation in the run rate, but they've kept it consistent. They've kept it between 5 to 6 runs per over. Even if those dot balls that have come in, the consistency has been there. So even if from there they get another 30-40 odd runs, probably 40 is very ambitious when I say this, but at least 30 odd runs from here on, they will still be able to get to a good total.
Yeah, trying to create manufacture shot there, Yasmin. I think the 3 dot balls have put her on some bit of pressure.
It's because in the previous match you saw, the morning match, it was just a 77 run target, and when you have no targets, it's just an advantage for the chasing team. But here at least we don't see that happening.
Again, good use of her feet, Yasmin, but the ball hit straight to the fielder. I think she's just trying to hit the ball through the infield. If you can pierce that extra cover and get a boundary. Again, straight to the fielder. Yeah, some signs of frustration there from Yasmin.
That's too many dot balls in this over. Riya Pradhan.
Oh, what a bowling. Beautiful ball there from Riya. Caught in two minds, Yasmin.
Absolutely, that was a wonderful delivery that just surprises the batter. It was, I think it had more to do with that pace that was extra slow, which the batter did not expect, but a very good ball to end that over, that previous over. 15 overs now, 79 for 2. Again, since you are good at telling us the projected scores, what do you think after 5 overs? Where is Hong Kong China going to be?
Yeah, I think 110 will be fair. But a bowling change for Bhutan. Sonam Choden, the vice captain, comes into the attack. Full toss, served up, and that one is punished. Hit with a lot of power and goes all the way for half a dozen from Yasmin. A ball is hit into the bushes. We might need another ball.
Well, this is, doing all the hard work and then slipping it out of your hands on your own. I mean, there is no need to bowl full tosses at this point in time when you're bowling so well. You haven't given anything beyond that 5.5, or probably more than that run rate in these 15 overs. And that very first ball, you're giving an easy one for the batter to go for a big one.
And
Not required.
I told you, Dipesh, that the bowling changes sometimes could be the difference in the game. Because you have a very good period in the game where your top bowlers are doing the business. Again, good use of the feet there from Yasmin, but straight to the fielder. That's what I was saying, that if you have your best fielders, if you have your best bowlers bowling well but not picking wickets, then it sort of puts you in a difficult situation of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And here you are, you have to use your part-timers, but when the good batters are still in.
Well, very rightly said there, Dennis, because somewhere down the line, wickets has to be the focus. You have to focus on getting early wickets, and something that really chokes the opposition. And this is one bounce again, a lower full toss ball picked up nicely.
Yeah, Chan Kahing, since she came around, she's been dealing in boundaries. This time the full toss hit over the bowler's head. One bounce and into the ropes. She's playing a very good hand for the team.
It's 2 boundaries in this over. That is what matters. Now, see, the bowlers have to be very calculative when they are bowling this. They cannot be going over expensive, because till now you've been very economical in your spells. Still, the run rate is not about 6 runs per over, but you do not even want to give that by the end of the innings.
Tries to take pace off the ball, but again struck powerfully by Chan Kahing. Very good work there by Ritish on the boundary to just keep it to a double. There's going to be a lot of work to do in these final overs for Bhutan. I might adjust my projected total.
I think it's going to go beyond it now. You've already, Hong Kong China has got 93 already, and this one looks like it will show some good number by the end of the 20 overs that you play. Run rate is exactly on 6 now. From here on, Hong Kong China will only try to escalate this even further.
Again, very picks up the length and that splits the two fielders on the boundary. The third boundary this particular over.
Expensive over this one. 3 boundaries in this, and even this one short of the length delivery. A perfect gap got by Chankain. And this is what good batters do. They take their time initially, but once they are settled down, it's no stopping them. Good comeback.
Yeah, a swing and a miss there from Chan Kahing. It's good to see that she's not even holding back, even after getting all those runs in that particular over. Very, very big over for Hong Kong, China. They get at least 18 runs from that over. Bit of a break in play here as the fielders get some juices. No, but I think it's a medical timeout, especially for the keeper. It's not very easy conditions to play out there in the middle. You can see the physio has come on just to check on her, because there's still a ball left in this over. I don't know, maybe she's feeling a bit dizzy. Can see there the physio sort of trying to do a concussion test on her, but I think she's feeling a bit dizzy. Is it the conditions, Dipesh?
Well, I think you have to give it a good credit to the Hong Kong China batters. Even if there were difficult moments initially, runs were not coming in easily. They just made sure that the run rate is maintained. 5, 5.5, 6. And now when you know that it's just a 4-over game that is left, or a 5-over game that is left, they're trying to just give it a perfect finish by going for boundaries. Previous over, Sonam's over, very expensive over. Three boundaries you're giving at that particular stage. It's a blessing in disguise for Hong Kong, China.
Again, a swing and a miss. Good work here from the keeper. Not very, very easy standing up when a batter is with a flashing blade. But 16 overs gone, 97 for 2 Hong Kong, China. Ria will continue from the road end, bowling to Yasmin Daswani. Good use of the feet, but completely missed field. Completely poorly done there by the fielder in covers, and he will go to the boundary. Came very, very quickly to her.
Well, it was in the air for quite some time, but not rightly judged there. The ball could have been stopped even if that catch was looking a little difficult. And these are the runs now that are easily flowing in. This time it is Yasmin Daswani. Chankain again looking very good. 25 of 16 that she's played. Yasmin Daswani 24 of 30 that she's played. This time again in the air. Will that be caught? No.
Yeah, uses her feet there. Yasmin Daswani doesn't get too much on that ball. I think she knew what she was doing. They get the 1 run. Yasmin very, very strong in front of the wickets.
Well, probably just to also switch the sides. That is what they have done consistently. I mean, not that many boundaries. Now you can see those boundaries coming in, but before that, I think they were focusing more on singles, doubles, and this also continues with boundaries that are coming in handy.
Yeah, Hong Kong, China, yet to see their vice captain, Miriam Bibi, very, very good at the back end. She likes to hit a long ball. Again, tossed up in the air, but very well played there by Chan Kahing. showing all her experience. She came out when the team was in a bit of trouble. But between herself and Yasmin Daswani, I think they've made sure that the team gets to the 100-run mark. The 100 is up already for Hong Kong, China.
Well, yes, as far as you are very much in the game scenario, you know what you're doing, that is always going to give you more and more results like this. Another one, cheeky single. Look at that. This is what I was telling Dennis. It's not about only those big shots in that T20 game that they have focused on, but wherever they've got that small window, they've taken that chance, they've taken that opportunity and kept on rotating the strike. Again, when you are talking about right hand left hand combination, every time when you change the strike, it also gives that extra edge to the batters, because the bowlers will have to shift their gears in bowling every time.
Good use of the feet there from Chan Kahin, but straight to the fielder. Yes or no call, but Chan Kahin sent back by Yasmin. It's enough protection on the boundary.
That's a good calling. That's a good calling. Even when Chan Kahin thought that there was a second, Yasmin said no, very loud.
Again, a very, very good shot. Hit very hard, but straight to the fielder. I think one of the things that have helped Yasmin settle into the game is how the approach Chan Kahin came out with the flashing blades. Just made sure that the run scoring is going. 106 for 2 Hong Kong, China after 17 overs. Bowling change for Bhutan. Samjana Monga comes into the attack from the rugby pitch end. And another full toss, complete chance for a run out. Wasn't aware of where the ball was. Yasmin nearly got herself run out.
I mean, it rarely happens in cricket that in one delivery you get almost two chances. First that big appeal, and then that chance of that run out also was attempted. Very rare in such cricket scenarios that you would see this.
Again, the full tosses have been put away very, very well by Yasmin.
But here is one thing again which is very tricky. Samjana Mongar has come out to bowl. Now, what Yasmin is doing, she's coming early on the ball. If you've seen that couple of instances where she's played, she's come very early on the ball, but not this time, to find the gap and smash this one for a boundary. What a lovely shot that is. This time she waited for it and just swung the bat for 4 runs to be credited to Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, she's been connecting with those full tosses very, very well, Samjana. And once she got that gap, there was no chance for the fielders on the boundary. Yeah, the bowling here in the final 5 overs for Bhutan has really put them on the rope. They've done so well just to keep Hong Kong, China quiet. And very well, this time a good comeback from Samjana. But it's 5 runs from 2 balls.
Well, yes, we've seen too many full tosses in this innings especially. That has in fact given some easy chances for the score to be easily free-flowing. But not at this point in time, Dennis. It's a very grey area if you are going to bowl full tosses on a regular basis.
Yeah, overcompensating, wide, big wide on the offside. I think trying to stay away from the batters, Samjana. think the sun has also come out sort of at the wrong time. It adds to the fatigue for the players, because Bhutan started very, very well, but once the sun came out, it just looked a bit loose, especially with their bowling. Big full toss. No balls indicated. Another free hit. And say that Chan Kahing unhappy because she felt like she could have gotten a lot more out of that.
This is what I was saying, that you've taken all the hard work initially, but you're just giving away everything from your hands itself. You've got to just focus and bowl the right areas for the batsman to play and make some mistake.
Good use of the feet there from Chan Kahing. This time not punished. They think about a second run could be dangerous. It's back very, very quickly.
Oh, that bit of a misfield, and you immediately, both these batters, I think even because they're batting from a long time, you know, that coordination has become so smooth that if you call two, you have to go for two.
Chan Kahing, the connection not clean. Chance for a catch, but will land in no man's land. This time doesn't connect with it. You can see that Chan Kahing tired on the non-strikers. It's not very, very easy to bat out there, especially if you're going to be running shuttles.
But at this time, Hong Kong, China has nothing to lose. They'll just go on every ball. They've just lost 2 wickets. There are 2 more overs after this. So they want to get the most of it in these death overs. End of the over with a dot ball, and it is going to be 117 for 2 after the end of 18 overs.
Yeah, the final 12 balls of this second game here at the KTJ Oval. Match day number 1 of the ICC Women's Premier Cup. Hong Kong, China winning the toss and electing to bat first. Very slow out of the blocks at the halfway stage. They only had 50 runs. But in the second half, big partnership between Yasmin Dasani and Chan Kahing has put them on the brink of a very good total. 117 for 2. They can now throw the kitchen sink at Bhutan. But Dinesh Depeche, where I come from, wickets in hand does not mean runs in hand.
Absolutely rightly said there. I think for today's day, it is one of the decent totals that we are watching right now. At least than the low total game that we witnessed in the previous one. So here now it's about 12 deliveries more to go.
Very good connection from Chan Kahing. Umpire is not yet sure of whether it was half a dozen or boundary, but the fielder indicating it's a boundary. That ball going into the bushes, so another search party will be sent to look for it.
Well, it's too much work for our umpires. It's some good batting that we've seen. This is the third one or the fourth one that is lost.
Yeah, but I think it has come back very quickly. The search party, I think, is doing a very good job. The ball has come back quickly.
And I think is the third or the fourth leather ball that is gone missing.
And the same, the umpire is deciding to hold on to the spare ball just in case Chan Kahing hits this one into other bushes.
Well, we'll have to wait and watch, because she's not going to stop at this point in time. She's taken all the hard work, both of them in fact, Yasmin and Chan Kahing.
Again, tries to go big there, Chan Kahing, but a tad looking short, and a very good running catch by the fielder. She had to make a lot of ground, but she's able to hold on to the catch.
Well, that's a wonderful catch by Sonam. Eyes on the ball, focused for a long period of time. This is a big wicket that is coming up, and a very good catch. Catches win matches, and this is one of the brilliant example in the cricket field. It was not an easy catch. You had to reach to it. You had to keep your eyes on the ball till the last moment, till it landed in your safe hands. Wicket goes down. Chanka in after brilliant 34 runs of 22 balls that she's played, will be back in the dugout.
Yeah, Chan Hacking, very, very weak partnership between her and Yasmin has made sure that Hong Kong China are in control of this game. And the very, very strong and reliable Mariam Bibi comes out to bat for Hong Kong China. Mariam, oh, what? That's the same, just take off. But a very good fielding effort there from Disha and one more.
It's a brilliant effort in the outfield, and efforts like these will be needed now. Already it's a good total by Hong Kong China, 122 runs, and it's still counting. It's still more 9 deliveries to go in this innings. Oops, again, dead ball.
Yeah, dead ball. Better idea there from British. Instead of bowling a no ball because you haven't figured out your run up at this moment of the game. You'd rather lose some time. A big swing again from Yasmin, but doesn't connect with it very cleanly. So they'll just get the 1 run. I think despite the runs, I think Bhutan are still very okay on the time. They not have to field the last over with an extra fielder. Mariam Bibi, strong shot through the covers. I think about a second. Very good hustle there from Yasmin. She's been there for quite some time, but she's able to complete the double.
Yeah, it's good to see Mariam and Yasmin, especially Yasmin, also still running that hard because she spent quite some time on the wicket. Sometimes it becomes very tiring in this particular weather, especially when you have a
strong shot there from Mariam Bibi. And still saying too, and Miriam is a very, very strong player. I'm sure she will want to keep the strike for herself and try and milk the final over for as many runs as possible.
Well, that's what I was saying, especially in the sun when you have been there for a long time. Yasmin is still responding to every call that is made by Mariam very immediately. And now this is the last over. That is the most crucial over for Hong Kong China. Of how many runs are they going to get on this last over? 126 for 3. So now again, final total according to tennis.
135 should be enough. But I'm surprised that I was just checking. I was wondering why the captain hasn't bowled her quarter or 4, but she brought herself back into the attack. Ball this final over. The ball into a very, very strong Mariam Bibi. Mariam Bibi can hit a long ball, so you have to be dead accurate just to make sure you keep her very quiet.
Just making sure that the field is rightly set.
Yeah, you can see the umpires are signaling that Bhutan unfortunately ran out of time. So they have to bowl this final over one fielder in the in circle. That's a punishment these days, especially probably those no balls are what poses a problem for them.
But still one last over to be bowled.
Sprays it on the offside, very, very wide. It's very, very weird. The batter has stayed on the same side, and the umpire has now signaled to her that she needs to move on the other side. because the bowler was bowling from that end. So the bowler went through, was bowling between the umpire and the batter. Again, hit hard. That's a very well ball there by the captain, Anju. The thing is, she doesn't have a lot of protection. She has only 3 fielders. She has to work.
Well, on the first place, I mean, you saw her shouting that loud when the ball was just going towards the mid-off fielder. Probably she was telling the fielder to just collect the ball quickly and throw it on the stumps back. Again,
very well ball there by Anju. I don't know, with the way she bowls, I'm thinking that I don't think she needs a fine leg. Maybe she needs someone an extra cover or long off rather than the fine leg.
It's a good chance to get more and more Yorkers and that extra bit of pace that is coming in the play. It is fair to bowl rather than bowling anything short of the length or probably over pitched, where batsman is ready to swing the bat and get runs.
Yeah, well, hit well, very well played, but just the 1 run. Much better bowling to your plan. You're the captain after all, so you put the fielders where you want them.
129 for 3. Just now 3 deliveries that are interesting. Hong Kong China has batted so well till now. And it's the stages of partnerships that we've seen from Hong Kong China to get to this total till now.
Was big, up in the air for quite some time, but the ball will land safely past the fielder. Big swing of the bat there from Mariam Bibi.
Well, that is where I think Mariam wanted to go for the third one also. Not very happy with Yasmin on that one, because Yasmin was okay with 2 and not an easy catch to get hold of it, especially when you are running to grab the ball which is moving away and coming very fast.
Again, tries to go big, takes the pace of the ball completely, the captain Anju. So no chance for Mariam Bibi to connect with it. Very intelligent bowling from the captain.
But the interesting last ball to witness, especially when Yasmin has spent so much time, a wonderful 34 runs of 40 deliveries that she's faced. How would she want to finish the last ball? How would she want to target the last delivery that is coming in this innings from Anju? Or is it Anju who is going to stick to a perfect Yorker to avoid any more runs to be added to the total?
Struck well, but straight to the fielder. Very, very good over here from the captain, leading from the front at the back end, as Bhutan restricts Hong Kong China to 133 for 3 in their quarter of 20 overs. Hong Kong China won the toss, elected to bat first, struggled a bit in their first 10 overs. They've done a wonderful job in the final 10 to get themselves in a strong position of 133 for 3 in their 20 overs. Bhutan very good in the beginning, but as the game went on, it faded away a little bit, and some of the bowling changes just made sure that the good work that was done in the beginning was completely undone at the back end, and they've allowed Hong Kong China to post a strong total of 133 for 3 in their 20 overs. The teams will take a short break. As the teams head to the dugout, will also take a short break, and we'll be back with the second innings. Welcome back for the second innings of our second game here at the KTJ Oval. A clash between Hong Kong, China and Bhutan. Hong Kong winning the toss and electing to bat first. They posted a strong total of 134 from 120 balls is what Bhutan will need. Dennis Musali, I'm here in the commentary box with Dipesh to take you through the second innings. Dipesh, what should we expect from Bhutan in the second innings? Ikra will take the new ball for Hong Kong, China.
Well, I would only say that, utilize the power play overs. Do not try to lose a wicket here. Every ball, whenever there is a small window of opportunity, go for runs. Try to get a decent foundation laid in the first 6 overs.
Gawang Chodon gets off the mark immediately. Opening the batting with Dishan Wangmo. Yeah, Bhutan has a big job to do. They are not going to chase down 134. Going very, very slow inside the power play.
That's why you need to target the smallest of the opportunity. Of course, Hong Kong, China will be out there. And you can already see first slip in place.
Very good stuff there from Ikra. Right on the money, left alone there by Dishan. Be interesting. What could be the plan here for Bhutan? Dipesh, you go all out in the power play.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that it's very interesting to see that what kind of approach that both these batters have come out with. This is again good bowling from Ikra Sahar.
You can see they made the adjustments immediately. They've taken out the slip, added them to that slip cordon, just to make sure that they are very, very tidy inside the first 6 overs.
Sometimes it's also to play the mind games that you want to have a first slip in the T20 game.
Swing and a miss. No connection so far for Dishan, but the shot was on.
Well, it was a good delivery, extra bit of pace on that one. And I think Chen Wangmo is you can see all the 3 stumps can be easily seen. Now she comes back
And up and over. That should race away to the boundary, but won't get there because Chan Kahing was in pursuit.
So that is what is again surprising me, Dennis, is because you're standing almost away from that leg stump, and then while the ball, just before the ball is going to get bowled, that is the time you come closer to that leg stump. Look at that. So are you just shuffling for distracting the bowler, or is it your natural style?
Yeah, Dipesh make a good point, of good observation. And the challenge with that is that if the ball is just bowled sort of the fourth stump, you will not be able to connect it because it's still very, very far. So very, very rare. Usually people shuffle from their leg stump towards the off stump. Just tickles the ball around the corner there from Dishan. You see Dipesh, from what you've said, when she does that, when she moves, when she makes a trigger, she only ends up on leg stump. Very, very quiet first over for Bhutan. They're 5 for no loss after 1 over. Su Mei will take the ball from the rugby pitch end for Hong Kong, China. Again, it's maybe observed from this over. They start off with a slip. the captain Natasha Miles there in the slip cordon. Big shot, authoritative shot there from Dishan, and that will go to the boundary.
This is absolutely punched in the air, quickly coming into the position and just lofting that one for a boundary. Very confident, and that is what you require. You've got to clear those 30-yard circle as much as you can in these power play overs.
Yeah, very solid shot there over the top. Mariko Hill didn't even bother because she knew that was over her. Good comeback there from Suime.
But for some reason, again, my attention goes on to the stands that Dicheng Wangmo is taking. It's more to do with her natural style, because you can do that shuffling for one or two ball if you want to, distract the bowler's attention. But it's coming again and again the same thing. So it's more to do with the natural style of batting that Dicheng Wangmo is used to.
Yeah, very good work there from Mariko Hill. Yeah, no balls indicated. I think Dishan will be smiling. She can be able to free her arms. I think, like you mentioned, Dipesh, is that for her she wants to set up and just tee off.
Probably sometimes it can go the opposite side, because you're already in the crease. You're again taking that effort to shuffle, and probably sometimes you're late on the shot. Look at that. It could be this possible one. Now here it was a short of the length delivery, is because you are also taking that effort of moving in every ball when you're coming closer to the leg stump. And when the ball is coming quickly onto you, you don't have time to play that shot, which could have been right now over the square leg boundary.
Yeah, a lot of detail that, of course, the teams can be able to pick on after the games. Let's go and try and work on that so that it can help you improve. Left and right combination. Gawang now on strike. The aggression so far from Dishan Wangmo. Connects with it very, very well, but straight to the fielder. Not very afraid here, Bhutan, and I think it's a very good approach from them. You have to show intent when you're chasing a big total.
Well, this is again very thoughtful by the captain, to make sure that there is a deep square leg. There is a deep fine leg that has been placed, because all that Noang did was use the pace of the ball and just guide it towards that deep fine leg region. But then you had a fielder there that would only cost you a single.
Swing and a miss from Dishan. I think Dishan so far likes the ball pitched up. Everything she can see in her zone, she's going to be going after it.
But then again, that early bit of hitting, Sume has again brought things under a nice and tight line.
Yeah, Sume, you have to be very intelligent. Good way to finish the over for her, despite going for a boundary. 12 for no loss after 2 overs. Steady start by Bhutan in this ranches. Ikra Saha will continue from the road end for Hong Kong, China.
Now, Ikra has a very interesting pace. She should utilize that by bowling more on the stumps. She's bowled well the first over.
And a very good connection from Gawang. Gets onto that back foot very, very quickly.
That's a very good diving effort. And efforts like these are nothing but just those small motivation tips to the bowlers, because every time you're fielding well, the bowler is motivated to bowl more of such deliveries. You can see that entire teamwork coming together to stop every possible run.
Yeah, the field in question there, Marina doing a wonderful job. Need to find a way. Hong Kong, China. Wow, swing and a miss. Not so much footwork from Dishan.
Well, again, it's very bright and sunny. It must be very hot when you're playing under such conditions. But lovely to see all these girls, just making that effort to motivate each and every one out here. Oh, this one's again gone into the gap.
Yeah, very well hit there by Dishan powerfully, but there's protection out in the deep for Ikra. Dishan, I think, playing that ball in front. If she had just waited and played it a little bit late, has good pace on it, so she can be able to put the field at point and get it to the boundary.
Well, yes, the intent is there. It's just that now the perfect execution has to fall in place.
Good connection again from Gawang. The left and right combination disturbing the bowlers. They haven't been able to be consistent in one area against any of the batters.
I think this is the second instance where I have seen Nawang play that shot, and that deep fine leg is specially placed for that shot itself.
When she's playing the shot, it seems like she has all the time in the world to turn her body and be able to make a clean connection. Pulls out of that run up Ikra Saha. It's a sign that they get in position very, very quickly after picking up the length and then do the rest.
I mean, it's the quick feet movement that you engage yourself.
Played late, but a misfield would be costly for Hong Kong, China.
Where there was not even a single. A run came in easily because of that misfield, and this is what is going to happen. Too much running around in the outfield for the fielders, because you have a left hand right hand batting combo, which is going to keep you on the toes every time the strike is rotated.
This time she finds the gap as well. Plays it in front of square. Plays it behind square and goes to the boundary. Good connection there from Gawang.
That's a lovely shot again, shot of the lane delivery. And all you had to do is just guide it to the right gap. 3 overs, 20 for no loss.
Sume will continue from the rugby end. I think Hong Kong, China need to find a way of stopping the runs. 20 for 3 means Bhutan are not going away very, very easily.
They're just looking for an early breakthrough at this point in time. Sume comes out to bowl again.
Big shot loading over the fielder, but once the ball came off the wheel of Dishan, she was sure she would get her boundary.
This is just sheer power that you want to just appreciate and applaud by Di Cheng Wang Mo. Straight down the ground. There was no chance for the mid-on fielder. She could only be a spectator on that one.
Yeah, a big mistake there from the bowler, over pitching up. So he may.
And when you are hitting that first ball, it's almost like you are challenging the bowler immediately.
A good comeback there from Sui Mei. But you can see that's another skill of a good batter. She's not trying to go after everything. Everything in her zone, she's going to make sure she's trying to score runs off it. Everything out of her comfort, she'll try and work it for a single and get her partner on strike.
I think playing to the merits of the ball always works for good batters. It's how you're calculating in your mind, especially when you're chasing totals like this. It's how your back calculation is on in the back of the mind.
I don't know about you, Dipesh, but from where I come from, if a batter comes out with a towel, that's an indication that he's going to be here for a very, very long time. He's not going to throw away their wicket.
It's a positive sign at the moment for Bhutan.
Played late, played very, very well. Just trying to use the ball, the pace on the ball, and find the gap.
Well, I think after that boundary, Sui Mei has really not giving anything that is over pitch. The first one, if you've seen, it was just under the bat. But then that shift of gears is bringing in those dot balls. Slower one. A half-hearted appeal. There was no appeal made by Sui Mei.
That's an interesting one. No appeal from the ball. I think she gave away the rest of the team. I think for her, she knew that was sliding down the leg side.
Probably missing that leg stump.
Yeah. I think that's what gave away everyone else. If she had gone up, then maybe it could have created some confusion for the umpire. Very well played. Finds the gap. Chess is on for the fielders. Mariko Hill is quick enough, and she drags it in for Kan Yahin to make sure they keep it to just 2 runs. Chasing the ball in pairs, and they do very well. Hong Kong, China. But the momentum with Bhutan, they are 26 for no loss after 4 overs. Yeah, Natasha Miles for now keeping faith with her opening bowlers. So there will be an extra over for Ikra Shaha against Gawang. You think they should slow it down, Hong Kong? Because we've seen the spinners doing well on this wicket.
Oh, they're still doing well with those medium pacers that they've opted. Oh, this just comes at the last moment.
Yeah, pulling out there. Things not very, very happy. You can see Ikra eyeing Gawang. The bowlers are never very happy after running a mile. And then the batter pulls away at the last minute.
Yeah, it was very last minute after. In fact, the ball is bowled. Just move away from that. Ikra for sure not happy with that.
Yeah, because you have to put in another effort again. This time, sort of a slower pace there from Ikra. I think just trying to be as accurate as possible. We have runs on board Hong Kong, China, but need to be very, very careful. Shot is on for Gawang. It doesn't connect with it very well.
Not a great connection there, but enough to get a single. In fact, the moment I think Ikra saw Noang would go for the same shot, I think that deep fine leg region is her favorite. And the moment she saw that, it was a good bouncing delivery with that extra pace, only to restrict for a single.
Big shot again over the infield, but not enough on it. The running between the wickets looked like a simple double, but Gawang and Deshan just picking the 1 run. But good intent shown by Bhutan in the power play.
Well, yes, of course. I think 28 runs till now. They're going well. In fact, the run rate is more than Hong Kong, China, what we saw in the power play overs. It's just that they need to continue with the same speed, with the same consistency. That will give them better results. Look at that.
Yeah, wides indicated. Effort ball from Ikra. Not a bad plan from Ikra, but I think she's anticipating Gawang trying to come down the wickets.
There is a nice contest going on between Ikra and the Wang.
Yeah,
especially with that fine leg region that you want to hit always. You can see that contest easily. Look at that once again. Two wide ball back to back. The earlier one, she tried to bowl again a bouncer with extra pace. This time she completely takes off the pace but also misses the line. So there is another wide ball that is coming in.
Yeah, I think he's overthinking it. Ikra just need to keep it nice and tidy. I think she wasn't happy, especially when Gawang pulled away at the last minute. Comes down on the ball very well, Gawang. So since that incident, Ikra has seemed a little bit on the edge.
Two more deliveries in this over.
Chan Kai-Ying also very, very experienced with the ball, and she's really one of their go-to slow bowlers.
Oh, look at that.
Again, they go up, led by the bowler herself, but the ball I think just didn't come up the way Gawang expected.
I think Wang has to now look for other shots as well. I think that leg stump line which Ikra is trying to bowl right now, it's more because she knows that either there will be a chance at the square leg or the deep fine leg.
Good connection there from Gawang. That has been her favorite zone. She's been milking a lot of runs out of it. A chance for a run out, but Deshan not interested at all. Ball watching, not even looking at her partner. So 5 overs gone, 30 for no loss, Bhutan. I just spoken about her, but and Chan Kai-Ying now into the bowling attack. Over 100 T20 I wicket for her in her name. She is the go-to player for Hong Kong, China, especially with the ball. She played a very good hand with the bat. But now, I think her biggest contribution for the team is always with the ball, and she will come into the attack. It's the final over of the power play. Is it a good decision to go to the slow bowling options now?
Well, yeah, you somewhere want to slow down, and probably that's the reason the spinner has been brought to the attack. Good start there.
Yeah, Chan, very, very intelligent. Maybe she won't have the advantage against Gawang because it's a lefty combination. She'd want to bowl as many balls as possible to Deshan.
Chanka, she's done so good with the bat. And now her contributions into the bowling end will also matter, just in case now where Hong Kong, China is looking to get a breakthrough. And if you are able to give that, he
had a chance for a run out. Had taken off already. Deshan not realizing that Mariko Hill was very, very close.
And even Mariko Hill has been very quick in the outfield. You saw some runs being saved by her.
Over the top, but that will rest away to the boundary. The opportunity, they just made a slight change in the field there. Chan Kai-Ying moved Mariko Hill from that zone. Maybe he should stay there, would have just gone to hand. But that races to the boundary.
I just want to take those advantages in the last over of the power play. You do not want to miss any of those, and it is always easy to kind of clear that 30-yard circle and get boundaries like this, because at the end of the day you also need to keep a check on the run rate that you want to achieve by the end of the 20 overs.
And tries to go big, but Mariko Hill, a wall of arbitration, so there's nothing going through. Make a good point there, Dipesh, that for Bhutan, when you have a good start like this, you have to make sure that the rest of the team can be able to back you up, and then you challenge, maintain the momentum all the way up to the end. Because when you score 6 runs every over, if they keep going like this all the way up to the end, it will be a very, very close game. More wides, extras from Chan Kaheng.
Not when you're going to bowl like this. These are not required unless you want to keep the line very tight. You cannot afford to bowl those extras.
Yeah, very good adjustment there from Gawang. Thought about getting out of a crease, but not enough pace on the ball. Not very, very easy conditions for both teams to operate in, because the sun has come out in full force. But so far, situation is Bhutan at 37 no loss after 6 overs. Dipesh, your thoughts on that power play for Bhutan?
I think pretty well. It's just now then you've got 37 runs already, a good run rate of 6.17. All you need to do is just keep this momentum even growing more, because Hong Kong China was expecting to get that early breakthroughs which might have put Bhutan into the backseat. But the intent that both these batters, Wang and Dichan Wangmo, have shown, it shows the brighter side of Bhutan batting lineup as well.
Yeah, bowling change for Hong Kong China. Ruchita Venkatesh comes into the attack. It's end of the power play, so there are a lot of boundary riders. The pace will have to be very, very careful. Hit powerfully, but straight to extra cover, so they'll just get the 1 run. Ruchita there starting off the half track on the offside.
See, now it will also be interesting to see the approach, especially you've got over with that power play over, so the field will be spreaded a bit. And now what are the decisions that you make in the field are going to be very important.
Good bowling, a very good adjustment from the bat as well. Tidy lands from Venkatesh. Make a good point there, Dipesh. It's going to be interesting to see how Wangmo and Gawang are going to operate. Drag down, but straight to the fielder. A deep squarely, deep mid wicket. I've always wondered why it is difficult to score runs after the power play, because I feel there are more gaps for you to operate in. And good shot. They have hit with a lot of power. So much work to do for the field at extra cover.
Well, the only thing is, you can push yourself a little bit and convert those singles into twos.
Yeah.
That can also put that pressure on the fielders. Right now, fielding is top notch. I mean, if you've seen Mariko Hill running and you've seen the fielding just now, it has been very good from Hong Kong China. It's just that if you got to challenge them, then you need to probably also find gaps like this.
Yeah, very, very good shot. Good adjustment there from Gawang. Sought somebody out, and once she was able to beat the field at mid wicket, she was also going to find the gap behind her. Very good shot there from Gawang.
Just when you see that shot of the length delivery, you quickly give yourself some room, and Gawang just making everything right on that shot.
I don't know if Hong Kong China are keeping track, but Bhutan are with the required rate, and now even the required runs are under 100. They just need to make sure that this partnership goes on for a very, very long time.
Well, it's a bright side of Bhutan. That's what I've said earlier as well. When you have such a partnership going on, 7 overs, 44 for no loss.
And when you're going well, this is something you don't want to see, because now you see Dishan Wangmo is limping a bit and struggling with something. You don't want your good guys who've been scoring the runs, any of them to go off, whether injured or not, because that disrupts the whole momentum.
Very rightly said there, because from here on, I think both of them has a very good chance to get to probably another 20-30 odd runs by the end of the 10 overs. But even if they don't get to those 30 runs or 25 runs, but they still have a chance of adding another 15-20 runs from here on, which will still take that total to a decent of probably 60-65 odd runs. When you have those many runs on the board, then your later 10 overs become a little more at ease. But when you are watching such a side where, you know, Dicheng Wangmo is struggling, then it will raise some concerns at this moment for Bhutan.
Yeah, Bhutan will be hoping and praying that Wangmo can be able to continue, which has been very, very aggressive, hits the ball hard, but the running between the wickets hasn't been the very best. Sometimes when there's two runs, they've just taken the one run.
That is what eventually restricts, when you're running around and you're not struggling at any point of time, that even the challenge gets increased for the team who's continuously trying and taking that effort to get you out. But now, somewhere there is a chance of that momentum to go slow. We just hope that everything is all well with Dicheng Wangmo.
Yeah, you hope
physios are working on it.
Yeah, the physios have given us some repair work. The challenge now for her is going to be the running between the wickets. And with the spread field, your advantage is usually making sure that you run very hard between the wickets, because you're not going to only rely on the boundaries. And she was very busy in the field, one more fielding at covers. So she's put in a very, very big shift. We're already into the 7th over. It's not easy being out there in the heat.
Yeah, it's pretty sunny today here, and you will feel the heat at some point of time when you are doing a lot of running around, especially when you are chasing such a decent total. 134 runs the target, 44 after the end of 7. So you still need good 90 runs to be scored.
Yeah, exactly. But good to see she's back on her feet and raring to go. Hong Kong China need to find a breakthrough. Chan Kahing back with the ball from the rugby end. Maybe this is a better matchup for her, because she'll be taking the ball away from Deshan Wangmo.
What's the plan with Chankain on the leg side? Wide ball.
Yeah, leg side wide. And see, I think there's still struggles here for one more. But she'll need to butt through that pain barrier just to try and help her team. Hit with a lot of power. Some work to do, but there is no extra cover and that should get to the boundary. That's the power of Deshan.
Oh, that's again wonderful shot coming in the position, just a little bit of room. You go on the back foot and you punch it middle of the bat and get a boundary. And that is where Bhutan will be wanting the Wangmo to stay more on the field.
Goes again, back-to-back boundaries for Bhutan and for Deshan. Chan Kahing, I think, will have to sacrifice one of the fielders on that leg side just to make sure she can get some protection on the offside.
This is the inning that you've been waiting for. 2 back-to-back boundaries and 2 in the similar fashion. So you can understand how good she is with timing the ball and at the same time applying that power, that weight transfer that happens when you go on the back foot and you try to slice the ball is exceptional.
Yeah, I think it's a wrong plan there for Chan Kahing. It's bowling short of length. I think that's the area you need to bowl for someone who's limping right now. Bowl the ball up to them so that they are trying to hit it down the ground. They're not going to run so many runs. Makes an adjustment. Deshan just doesn't get the connection. 50 is already up for Bhutan. 50 for Nolos after 7.5.
I think after hitting those 2 boundaries, you should at least start rotating the strike. Does that?
Yeah, very well played there by Deshan. 9 runs already in that over. The very big one now for Bhutan. Hong Kong, China looking for ideas and answers. But after 8 overs, Bhutan is 54 for no loss. Another bowling change for Hong Kong, China. Jolin will come into the attack, replacing Vanketesh, who just bowled that one over. Evenly balanced match here at Dipesh. What do you think either team is thinking?
Well, I'm sure Hong Kong is looking for a wicket desperately at this moment. Bhutan will be a little relaxed but also concerned with Ching Wangmo when she was limping some time back, because she has that quality of reducing that run rate pressure. You saw in the previous over that
chance.
2 quick boundaries,
Chance
and
for
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Chance for a catch. That ball went very, very quickly past the bowler.
The quality and the ability to reduce. Look at that, stand and deliver. 2 boundaries in the previous over, boundary in this over. It suddenly brings that graph of escalating run rate completely down.
And that's a very good ball. Not a very good ball there from Joylin. Tossed up in the air in the slot. And Deshan had gotten good connection and it would have been in trouble. 100% strike rate there for Deshan Wangmo. Very well played. Just lets the ball run off the bat. Can see if Deshan was very fit, they could have easily gotten 2 runs out of that.
She's not going to go for more than a run. See, and I think even Bhutan will be okay with that as far as she's there in the center. As I said, she has that quality of getting that graph by hitting a couple of boundaries here and there and getting that escalating run rate to the bare minimum. and that is why you want her to stay till the end, and you do not want her to take that extra stress while running. I agree to a point that in the previous one it could have been that 2 runs easily.
Chance for a catch, and it's taken.
Beautiful catch.
Yeah, they needed something special to get rid of this opening partnership. 59 runs coming off the opening partnership, but the ball tossed up in the air, and Marina takes a very good diving catch to get rid of Gawang Jordan, who departs for a well played 19 of 20 balls.
Well, you needed that effort on the outfield. It was a very low catch, but eyes on the ball, and that jump was absolutely on the time. And that is where you need these kind of reflexes. You need to be very agile at this point in time, especially you are not getting wicket, but your extra effort on the field has got you one.
Yeah, the fielding performance, they are getting the wickets for Hong Kong, China. Sonam is a new batter for Bhutan. Can they sustain this all the way up to the end, Dipesh, Bhutan?
Now it is going to be interesting because a new batter comes in, and what thought process what approach would she has in her mind, because on other end you know that Dichan Wangmo is playing very well. Gawang was the one who got out.
Very good comeback there from Joylin. She went for a boundary, but she also picked up a wicket in that over. And after 9, Hong Kong, China are 50, Bhutan are 59 for 1. Chan Kahing will continue from the rugby end. She's been making runs, but clear that the captain has a lot of faith in her. Gives her an over to continue.
And after that previous over, the way Dichan Wangmo has played Chankain, it will be interesting to see what reply does Chankain has to Dichan in this over.
And very well played. By this time there's protection, so they will get only 1 run. I think there's opportunity for Hong Kong, China just to bowl as many dot balls as possible to the new batter.
Especially when Dichan Wangmo plays that square cut or that covers the cover drives, the bottom hand and the power that she generates, it's superb to watch.
And tossed up in the air. So now this time she'll get off the strike. Good effort from the field and mid wicket. I think this is a better plan here from Chan Kahin. Just try and toss the ball up. You have fielders on the boundary. Wrong side there from Chan Kahin. So much work to do for the fielder. The ball will win that race and goes away all the way to the boundary.
This is clever cricket. Again, the right areas to hit. You do not want to again and again hit the same areas, but sometimes you have to be clever enough to see where the field is placed, see where you can get maximum runs, and that is where a class batter who is a good chase master, you can see that in Dichan Wangmo. Always that calculation is on, Dennis.
Yeah, the math has to be spot on. And one more doing the business so far for Bhutan. Even Hong Kong, China are not at this stage, they were not that very well set. Because at the halfway stage, they were about 50 for 2. Bhutan is slightly ahead, 65 for 1. Very good stuff there from Deshan. They'll get the 1 run. It's not going very well for Hong Kong, China. Not going according to plan, but it's going according to plan for Bhutan. And at the halfway stage, they're 66-1. As the teams take a drinks break, we'll also be taking a very short break, and I'll be back. Welcome back to the second half of the second innings of the final game here at the KTJ Oval. Bhutan well set at 66-1, trying to chase down 134. Immediately after the drinks break, they get the breakthrough, and the dangerous Dishan Wangmo backed away too much to try and create room for herself to play the shot, and unfortunately got a feather through to the keeper. The drinks break with the breakthrough for Hong Kong, China, and they get rid of the big fish.
Well, yes, a big wicket at this point in time when Diching Wangmo was playing so well. Hong Kong, China, and what a wicket to celebrate.
Yeah, Joylin there with the wicket for Hong Kong, China.
And a good catch there by the keeper.
Yeah, they are not very easy to take. They're not difficult to take. Those ones. They are difficult to take because you're standing up. The new batter for Bhutan, Shering Zangmo, she bowled brilliantly. But now I think her team needs her to do some brilliant work as well with the bat. And tossed up in the air. Joylin gives the ball so much air, sort of trying to bait the batters into coming down the wicket.
Fairly two new batters there in the crease. It will be interesting to see. Will Hong Kong, China try to capitalize this moment? Because right now they've got the danger batter back in the dugout.
It laid a very good platform for the rest of the team. Deshan. Sometimes that's why I think my junior coach used to tell us after the drinks break, you need to reset, because somehow it makes you a bit lazy. And I think a lot of times when it is going very well, you just never know. You just never want to go for that drinks break.
Well, this is the beauty of T20 games. That one wicket can change the entire momentum. Otherwise, you're doing so well, you're getting boundaries, you're getting runs, you're making sure that you're behind the target very well, and then wickets like this brings a new challenge for the batters who are going to come now and take it further.
Now, two new batters, Sonam and Zering. I think this is the opportunity that Hong Kong China need to seize. Try and bowl in as many dot balls as possible and make the required rate a lot bigger for Bhutan. Goes across the line. There's some protection in the deep. Sweet sound of the bat there from Shering. But the ball went straight to the fielder. Very good over there from Joylene after the drinks break. Picked up a wicket and a big wicket. Bhutan 70 for 2 after 11. Another bowling change for Hong Kong China. It's the change in ends for Venkatesh. Should be bowling out from the rugby pitch end. Very close to cut for Shering. Very well bowled, but nowhere to go. Like we said, this is opportunity. Ricochets off the stumps. He tried to run off the misfield. Good awareness there from the batters. Bit unnecessary from Chan Kahing. Always tell you, just hold on to the ball.
Well, when you don't have a single run and then you just give it away. But again, it's a very good calling between the two, Shering Zangmo and Sonam.
Hit with a lot of power, but straight down the ground. It's protection. Not a very good ball there from Venkatesh.
From here on, it is anybody's game. You know, it's a 50-50 given a point of time.
Yeah, that full toss, not punished, doesn't find the gap. Oh, completely misfielded.
Another misfield.
Yeah, Ikra, the guilty party, Ikra Saha. I think she took her eyes off the ball at the last minute. Always thinking about the guys running in the middle. Straight to Chan Kahing. She spoke about it. It's just the wickets now that have slowed down Bhutan. They were going very well. Those wickets, those two wickets have sort of taken the foot off the gas a little bit.
See, there is still opportunity for Bhutan, you know, for a fact of matter that both these batters, you know, they can still turn around everything from here on. Just that got to stay there, get into those singles and doubles till probably 14th, 15th over. Try to keep the run rate as low as you can, and then last 5 overs, you know, you can just go all guns blazing.
Yeah, guys, I'll remind you again that wickets in hand is not runs in hand. So you can be 74 for 2 and end up being 80 all out. But it could also be the other way. So depending on how you see things, whether it's glass half empty or half full.
Well, the point I want to make here is you've seen that opening partnership, you know. How does it matter when you stay on the wicket for a longer period of time?
That's hit with a lot of power and obey the fielder on the boundary. Sweet connection with the bat there from Sonam.
Fantastic. Look at the stretch here. Complete stretch of the body and that front foot coming in nicely. The bottom hand comes into the play, and a lot of power when you hit that shot, finding the gap as well.
Yeah, Bhutan still accessing the boundaries, so game still very much on.
See, this is the point I want to make, that you come out with an intent to stay there for a long period of time. Understand that T20 overs, when you talk about, you don't have too many overs, but whatever the scope you are in, if you can make the maximum of it, you can be a good chase master, because it's all about how many runs you want per over to achieve that run rate.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very good point here, Dipesh. I think you just need to keep calculating, stay in the hand, get close, and then at the back end, the pressure works both ways. You just never know what could happen. Oh, missed by the keeper. Chance for a double. Shering will have to thinks about coming for the second, and I think intelligently turns it down because she could have been in trouble.
And it's good not to take these kind of risky chances. They're playing well, they're doing well, they're getting boundaries, they're getting singles, doubles. And as we were discussing some time back, it's how you are approaching that particular target. It's how the calculations are immediately converting those runs as well.
Goes across the line again. Oh, again, poorly done, but there's cover behind Chan Kahing has sort of had an off day in the field. Second ball that has gone through her, but this time doesn't go to the boundary. It's not over yet. There's still a lot of work to do in the game for both teams. I think the thing is, when you're chasing a total as well and it drops under 40, then you start believing, because you're counting down one run at a time. 13 overs gone, 81 for 2 Bhutan. Vaketesh will continue from the rugby pitch end.
From here on, things will get interesting, because you just left with 7 more overs when you're still on 6.23. 53 runs more to get. It's not going to be easy.
Poor ball. Lucky gets her with that. Vaketesh, you can see the disappointment on Sonam there. She felt that she could have gotten a lot more. She had gotten the ball past Mariko Hill.
Sonam is trying to get the gaps in place.
I think what I've liked about Bhutan is their application. They've been very, very positive. They haven't thought about maybe just hanging in there and surviving. They are going after the bowling. It goes across the line, but straight to the fielder.
This is where the pressure increases. 3 dot balls.
Yeah, every dot ball means that the required rate keeps going up. Quicker ball from Vaketesh. She's playing with Sonam. This time a quicker ball and straight, just let it go. So those are 4 dot balls. Up-ish, but the spin on the ball beats Chan Kahing, so they'll get the 1 run. That's the first run coming off the 5th ball of that particular over.
Now this is where you think back that if that every ball would have just gone for a single, your target would have reduced by 4 runs. But then again, when you go in for 4 dot balls and then a single, then you've only got a single till now, and then another single. So it is a great over by Ruchita Venkatesh. Just 2 runs of it.
Yeah, very, very true, Dipesh. You make a very good point. I think sometimes it just depends on the character of the batter. Some of them want to score 6 runs off 1 ball. Others want to score 6 runs off 6 balls. But 14 overs gone, 83 for 2. Yeah, some juice there for the batters, Sonam and Shering. There's a long way to go in the game, so they want to make sure that they set themselves up.
It's also the heat that is catching up. Now you see the the difference. You have 36 balls in hand and you need 51 runs. And if this gap further increases, then it is going to be a difficult territory. Considering Ruchita Venkatesh still has one more over, so of course captain is going to go back to her.
Quickly, they come through for the single.
So this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Just chip it down and just get a quick single here.
And one of those loose balls, if you put it out to the boundary, all of a sudden you get 9 runs without so much pressure. Again, hit with a lot of power, but straight to the fielder. They are following your script, Dipesh, for now. I think at the back of their minds, they're still thinking we need a boundary, just to sort of release the pressure.
I think 2 good overs for Bhutan and they are back in the game.
And very well done by, I don't know if the information came with that drinks break, the drinks they had in between. But you know what? You don't need to go after everything. Just try and make sure you also keep running at everything.
I still feel anything can happen from here on. You still haven't closed the chapters.
Very good shot. Hit with a lot of power and straight beats the fielder. Sonam has looked very, very positive since she arrived. And gets the boundary that they've been looking for.
That's a lovely boundary. Again, she gathers that entire strength and, tries to go that in the corner region. A fantastic shot. And this is what I'm saying, that, now that you've got a boundary, you just focus on singles. Because you need to reduce the run rate. You need to reduce the gap between runs needed, balls remaining.
Goes again, Sonam, back-to-back boundaries. Very good over so far for Bhutan. 8 runs plus 3 is already 11 without so much pressure.
Hong Kong right now needs a wicket. They need this partnership to be broken. 2 boundaries back-to-back has suddenly got Bhutan in some good chance in this game. Sonam.
Yeah, I think it's a field placement and you can see the captain there trying to change it. The 2 fielders who are down the ground are very, very wide. So if the ball is hit straight over the bowler's head, there's no chance of them trying to cut off the ball. Tosses the ball up in the air, but not greedy this time. Sonam, she just keeps it out because they know they've done the hard work in that particular over. Very, very good over for Bhutan. They're into the 90s, 94 for 2 after 15 overs. So it's now 40 runs of 30 balls.
And a very good way to come back. And this is what I was saying. 1 good over, 2 good over, then you are suddenly in the game. What is that one different thing that Hong Kong, China is looking now? They've got Ruchita Venkatesh back after that previous over of just 2 runs that she's bowled. And this time suddenly you see the approach changes. I think you said it right. The message came right during the drinks break that look, there's no point waiting on every ball that now you'll get a boundary or not. Might as well, if you get a single, take it, reduce the target by 1 run.
Very true. Missed by the fielder again. They'll just get the 1 run. It's a copy and paste of what they did in the previous over. Just kept knocking the ball around. And when there were opportunities for them to score the boundaries, they were able to take them. So 2 balls, 2 runs.
Sonam would be looking for 1 more boundary in this over. That's
soft hands from Shering. I think very predictable from her. She's just looking to score a single instead of it's a ball to hit, go after it. KTJ bowling her final over from the rugby pitch end. Good placement there from Shering. Shering really bowled a very good hand. Just to take it back to the first innings, Dipesh, do you think Bhutan will be thinking that those couple of bowling changes they made in the end could come back and haunt them, because those bowling changes is where things got messed up for them?
Well, I think it's too late to think about it, but what's gone is gone. What you have in the hand right now is a bat in your hand, and all that you are out to do is get to the target.
Yeah, very true. Another good offer there from Sonam. I think she'll be feeling like if she had connected well with it, hit a couple of very good boundaries in the previous over the bowler's head. They get a boundary this over, it will be a very, very good over for them. The full toss just not punished, goes straight to the fielder. So in the context of this clash, this is a very good over for Hong Kong China, because they didn't concede a boundary. Only 5 runs given away by KTJ in our final over.
And what a wonderful spell that he finishes her spell with. 4 overs, 18 runs. Ruchita Venkatesh.
We're still here, 99 for 2 after 16 overs. Bhutan. Chan Kahin back into the attack from the road end. She hasn't had a very good day. But I think they are not so many. When you're a bowler on the team, your job is to bowl.
35 more in 24. That's the equation we are talking about right now.
I want to tap into your experience, Dipesh. Where do you think it will go?
For sure, till the last ball.
Dipesh has predicted a late show in this one, and it is shaping up to be an interesting clash. Ooh, big shot loading, but no connection from Shering. We haven't seen her show that intent. He's sort of been the one allowing Sonam to have most of the strike. Was big down the ground, chance for the catch, and it's put down. The chance is put down and also allows them to pick up a double. Bit untidy there from Hong Kong China. There was an opportunity to get rid of a Shering.
Well, this is getting interesting and interesting. The catch is dropped, then the throw is wider. Suddenly it's missed. Thought that there will be a overthrow. Too many things happening. 33 runs more to win.
Goes across the line, a top edge. Some work to do for KTJ, but she gets there quickly, so they won't get a double. The 100 coming up for Bhutan. When the 100 comes up, then you start thinking about the countdown. This is a thing that when you get at this stage of the game, the pressure is both ways.
Well, it's good to see a very good match that is getting played. The brand of cricket that both the teams have shown, it's truly commendable.
Yeah, in this moment, what happens is that whoever panics will lose the game.
Pressure can make you or break you. It's what you choose.
Very good shot there from Sonam. She's really been hitting cleanly straight down the ground. And I'm sure she's disappointed that went to the fielder.
It's time, where you need to find gaps and you need to be a little more clever. Go unorthodox if needed.
Good connection there from Shering. Chance for missed completely, goes to the boundary. Very, very big gap. There was so much work to do for the fielder in the deep.
And I think almost a leg umpire was in danger with that shot. A leg umpire is still smiling.
Yeah, very good connection there from Shering, but I'm sure Ikra Shaka, who put down the chance, must be thinking to herself, what have I done?
Now this is getting interesting. Ball by ball.
Very well played there by Shering. Again, in the context of the game, not a very, very untidy over for Hong Kong China. 108 for 2. Dipesh has made sure to let us know that do not go anywhere because this game is far from over. 108 for 2 after 17 overs. Bhutan, what a run chase they've been able to put in. You can see that they Sonam and Shering sort of signaling to the dugout that should we go for it. But I think that would be a wrong option right now. These two are the set batters and they need to be here all the way up to the end. We'd rather lose the game when both of them are still in there.
You're talking about still 26 runs of 18. Very much doable. Will Hong Kong, China change the game plans? Who are they going to get? It's going to be interesting to see. I think it's again a medium pacer who is coming in.
I was really wondering when Miriam Bibi is going to bowl because she's very, very experienced in these moments. Usually balls at the back end.
It's Mariam Bibi.
Mariam Bibi into the attack.
She's come out to bowl. The experience here counts. And she's been brought to do the job.
Straight off, she gets into the block hole. That's the thing. I've seen her bowl in these moments when the Hong Kong came to visit Kampala. She's very, very good in these moments. But sometimes and then one, it's difficult to protect medium pacers as well. So could go both ways. Good offer there from Chance for run out. So much work to do for Shering, but she gets there. I think the opportunity for Bhutan is going to be when Sonam is on strike. Sonam has really looked like the aggressor. She doesn't show any fear.
But interesting to see Mariam Bibi because she's got experience and she's faced many such situations in the past. It's how you stay calm in the storm. And there it is.
Very tight.
This is what I was talking. When you have been in such situations in the past, you know exactly what to do. A good catch there.
Yeah, very, very good catch under pressure. Doesn't get it over the infield, but what a catch there over her head, Mariko Hill. She made it look very easy, but a running catch.
She breathes a sigh of relief.
Running catch, I think she was also worried that it could go over her head. But she takes a catch, and that's where Hong Kong, China would want to be because they've gotten rid of Shering.
This could be the match changing over. This could surely be the match changing over.
Yeah, I told you, you're going to start paying me for all my information because Miriam Bibi, very, very experienced at the back end. And now she's bowling over number 18. I'm sure she will be responsible for bowling over number 20.
For sure, she will be brought back in 20th over. I think probably the captain was saving the best for the later.
Yeah, sometimes there's no later. So you need to make sure you kill off the job as quickly as possible. But the captain of Bhutan walks out to bat, Anju.
For Bhutan, it is at this moment so close yet so far.
Right in the block hole, Anju gets off the mark. Now everything has to work in tandem. The fielding, the throws back to the bowlers. So far a good over, only 2 runs given away, only 3 runs from 4 balls.
And a wicket as well. So the captain has walked out in the middle. But it's this girl who can still make a difference. Sonam.
Chance again, untaken. Natasha Miles completes the catch. And that could be the game for Hong Kong, China. What a strong over from the very experienced Miriam Bibi. She gets rid of the 2 set batters. And Hong Kong, China will breathe a sigh of relief.
The game changing over. 2 wickets and 2 big wickets.
Yeah, something had to give. Bhutan needed to go for it. But in that process, they've lost their 2 set batters.
It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
And 2 good catches, really under a lot of pressure. Very experienced players. Both of them make them look very, very easy, but not easy when the pressure is on. You can fail to sort out your hands and then just falls down.
It's absolutely the nature of Mariam Bibi also, the calmness that she gets in such pressure situations. Because see, at this situation, the batters will always go on every ball possible. But then how you are going to manage that situation is completely in your hand. Look at that, ends with a dot ball.
Exactly.
What an over this has been.
Yeah, you can see exactly everyone just telling Mariko he'll just hold the ball. There's no point in throwing it. Sonam Choden, the new batter for Bhutan, but a very, very good over in the context of the whole game. Just 3 runs given away by Miriam Bibi in that over. But very importantly, she picked up 2 big wickets. Both set batters back in the heart. Nelson for 4 after 18, Bhutan.
23 in 12. Can they still turn around is the question.
Yeah, I want you to give me an answer, Dipesh.
You'll have one more over from Mariam Bibi. That's the 20th over, as you rightly said, Dennis. And who's come out to bowl this one?
Ikra Saha will come back and bowl the penultimate over of the match. Usually they say this is the over that wins the game.
This could be a very important over for Bhutan. Sonam and Anju. Because whatever you have to do the damage in this over. You cannot prolong that one till the last.
Goes up in the air. Fielder settles herself under it and takes the catch. Ikra comes back into the attack and gets rid of the Bhutan captain, Anju.
And even the catch again taken by Mariam Bibi. Eyes on the ball and look at the celebrations.
Yeah,
wonderful bowling. The slower one worked here.
Yeah, exactly. They will know that very relieved. Miriam Bibi has been very loud on the park. That's a mark of also a very experienced player. She's making sure she stays in the game because the opportunity will come anytime. But for Bhutan now, the wheels are coming off their ranches. Rishta is the new batter for Bhutan. Good areas there from Ikra. Rare shot to play in this moment, because you need to be scoring runs off each and every ball.
$111 for 5, and now it is getting very difficult for Bhutan. Ikra once again.
Nothing is given there as a wide. I don't know if there was something on the ball.
For sure, the batter is little surprise Richie.
Swing and a miss there from Richie. Very good death bowling for Hong Kong, China. The last 2 overs have really made the difference for them. If you compare that to the first innings, this is where things went very loose for Bhutan after doing well. Tries to go big, up in the air. Chan Kayin, unfortunately, her bad day in the field continues. Just never got anywhere close to that ball. So they get 2 runs.
At this point of time, Richie and Sonam, they're just fighting against that run rate.
And they take off. They'll get the 1 comfortably. Like you've mentioned, the patience that for now they're just trying to reduce the margin, because there's so much work to do for them. That's why I told you, you'd rather lose the game when the two set people are still in rather than lose the game when they are back in the hut.
So almost talking about 20 of 6 now. And look who has the ball in the hand.
Exactly, considering the last over she bowled.
I mean, without any choice, without any thinking, the captain goes and gives the ball to Mariam Bibi and tells her, come back. Just to bowl that last 6 deliveries in this over and finish this for us.
Good shot, a clean connection, but there's cover out in the deep. They take off for a second, weak throw allowed them to make sure that it's a comfortable double. Stronger arm could have had both batters in trouble.
It's absolutely fantastic to see the efforts are still taking, very much, because that single was converted into 2, and they're taking that effort, which is good to see.
Yeah, Bhutan have really showed a lot of fight in this game. Again, big swing, but goes up in the air and the catch is taken. A 3rd wicket for Mariam Bibi. She's been amazing, the vice captain of the side. Scam and bowled very well under pressure. Skyer and the chance taken, not the simplest of catches to take, but Venkatesh settles herself and takes a good catch over her head, and Bhutan lose their 6th wicket.
$116 for 6, and now just last 4 deliveries remaining. Every ball they need to send out of the park now. Every ball. But between all this, it's Mariam who is standing in middle.
Again, they think about the run, and I think they will allow the single. There was just no one at the stump, so they will let them get through without any more damage.
Singles at the moment are harmless. In the last 3 deliveries, you can just gather as much as you can. 17, because every ball you need a 6 now.
Again, a swing and a miss.
That's now with Hong Kong. 17 of 2.
Difficult, but not impossible. Difficult considering that 6 wickets down, so a lot of the good batters have already been taken out.
Difficult because Mariam, I don't think so, would make any mistake at this point in time.
Again, another swing and a miss. Oof, the throw there from the keeper nearly taking out Bibi. Now it's just be the 1 ball with 17 runs still required for the win. But what a wonderful bowling spell there from Mariam Bibi. Cometh the moment, cometh the player. Standing up for her team when they were really under pressure from Bhutan. Hit very hard, but comes off Mariko Hill. Good effort from her. They will pick up a double. But a good effort there from Mariko Hill just to keep it to 2 runs. And Hong Kong will seal the victory. You can see their celebrations from Mariam Bibi. It hasn't been very, very easy for them because Bhutan came at them. They've gone down swinging and they've been short by just 15 runs in these ranches. But a wonderful, wonderful game here at the KTJ Oval. The second game on match day number 1 of the ACC Women's Premier Cup in Malaysia. Hong Kong win this by 15 runs against Hong Kong. China winning the game by 15 runs against Bhutan in a game that has been so many runs, given that the first game in the morning had so very few runs. Big winner for Hong Kong, but they will undoubtedly think that Bhutan gave them a run for their money in these ranches. Bhutan will go back thinking that they could have done so much better in the final 5 overs of the first innings. They allowed Hong Kong to score so many runs. Hong Kong piling on 133 for 3 in their 20 overs. Yasmin, top scorer with 35. Chan Kahing, 34. Mariko Hill and Natasha Miles, the captain, putting together a 42-run opening partnership. There were 2 wickets for Shering Zagmo and a wicket for Richie Kodon. But in the response, very, very strong opening start for Bhutan. Dishan Wangmo, 39, had a good opening partnership with Gawang Choden, who got 19. Both of them putting on 59 for that opening stand. And the partnership there in the middle from Sonam and Shering nearly putting a lot of pressure on the ranches for Hong Kong, China. But in the end, a very, very good bowling performance at the back end for Miriam Bibi has made sure that the result is in the favor of Hong Kong, China. They win by 15 runs. I've been Dennis Musale with Depeche, who will be coming to you with the post-match presentation.
What an exciting match between Hong Kong, China versus Bhutan in this ACC Women's Premier Cup 2026. Well, yes, first to give away the player of the match and to the honors, we would like to invite Shivani Mishra from Qatar to be here, our match referee, to do the honors. Yes, there were quite a few nominees for that player of the match. Mariam Bibi, of course, we know what kind of a spell that she bowled in that particular stage of the game, and also Diching Wangwo, who was playing so well with the bat, but eventually you have to give to one player who stood up all of that situations, and the choice of the player of the match goes to Mariam Bibi. With 2 overs, 8 runs and 3 wickets that she got, turned around the match even in the 18th over when the ball was given to her. Mariam, first of all, congratulations. Tell us what was going through your mind when your captain said, hey, look, we are right now in a situation and this is the 18th over and here is the ball.
First of all, thank you so much. In my mind was just to keep the line and lit and keep it easy, like simple. No need to do too much things. So I went there and I was like, I'm gonna do this for my team, and I did it.
It's sometimes very difficult to stay calm in such situations because you know how close was Bhutan. But again, how do you tackle such moments?
First thing is thanks to our head coach Mabin and SNC Tanu to work on our mental strengthening, because if I was used to be like pass, I'm not that calm, but now I have learned to be calm and handle the situation smartly instead of panicking. So thanks to my head coach and SNC.
Super, thank you so much and congratulations for this one. And now it's time to call upon the captain of Bhutan. Anju is here with us. First of all, keep your heads high because it was a wonderful game that Bhutan played. Overall, they've shown the side where, the fighters were really fighting till the end. But what do you think that which moment it started slipping away from you?
I would say like after the 10 overs, the bowlers, they could not go according with the plan. So from there, we leaked the runs, I think.
What are the positives that you would take from this game and, look forward in this tournament?
I would say that the Ngong and Dechin partnership went very well. So they too were giving positive vibes to our team, and all the team were chin up, and we hope this will continue for the team.
Overall, what would be your message to your team right now?
I would say our bowlers should little bit pull up their socks because we are more strong in bowling and fielding side. But today, because of that, we could not get what we want.
Well, hard luck today, but very well played and keep up the good work. And now it's time to call upon the winning captain of Hong Kong, China, Natasha. Too many things must have gone in your mind till the 17th over. It is then when you thought to give the ball to Mariam. But even before that, tell us about the first innings when you won the toss and you decided to bat first.
Looking at the wicket, it was quite a nice wicket. It was a little difficult just to get yourself in, but once you were in, I think it became quite a nice wicket to bat on. Unfortunately, Mariko and I probably didn't make hay of that, and we know that, and that's something we'll correct going into the next game. I know that we felt sort of confident as we settled, but Yaz and Carrie, steered that ship right to the end, and they got us a really good platform for which Bibi then came in at the end as well and was able to push the runs.
What are the positives that you look when you play that first game in any tournament and when you see such good performances coming from your players?
I'm very happy. It's if we start a game like this, we can only go up from here. I know this team, they're a very hard-working team. They'll fight all the way to the end. So, if this is where we start with a decent score of 134, I think we can still push from there. And if we control the bowling a little bit more, which our players know that we have to do, we're restricting those totals to much less.
And one word for Mariam?
Outstanding. I knew she'd do it. I had a feeling. So she came through for me and proved me right.
Congratulations and keep up the good work. Well, that's it from the post-match presentation. This was day one, a very interesting one because the first game that we've seen was a low-scoring one and the second was a nail-biter. too many things happening and too many things to happen in the future. So stay tuned, and we will be back tomorrow with some more exciting games. Till then, tada, bye bye.